Welcome along. Well, it's been 9 years since the World Championships were in Boston, Massachusetts. But they're back here in 2025, and they're back in emphatic style. You join us in the magnificent TD Garden, right in the heart of downtown Boston, for the final day of competition at the 2025 ISU World Figure Skating Championships. There it is in all its glory. What a magnificent venue. Well, thanks for your company all week, and delighted that you're here with us on this final day. My name's Chris Howarth, and sat alongside the three-time Olympian, Olympic silver medalist, Kirsten Moore-Towers. Welcome along, Kirsten. What a week it's been, and what a prospect for the final day.
Absolutely. It's going to be such a fantastic final day today, but what about yesterday, Chris?
Yeah. I couldn't sleep. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I was so excited after watching the events yesterday, and after watching practice this morning, I know that we're in for a day just as good, if not even better.
Yeah, if you missed it last night, and I can't believe that you did, but Alicia was something else. But it was more than that, wasn't it? It was the way the crowd reacted. There wasn't a dry eye in the house. She was as surprised as anybody. It's just been a fairy story, hasn't it?
It really has, and I also loved the stories of camaraderie in the women's event last night as well.
Yes.
We saw Kaori and Alyssa embracing, following, and there was just so much respect in the event last night, and it was beautiful to watch.
It certainly was. Well, there's plenty more in store today. We've got the men, of course, later on this afternoon. Ilan Malinin in pole position going into the free, but it's the ice dance we focus on now, and this is the running order. There's some surprises in here, and there's some fantastic level of ice dance all the way through. There were 36 teams at the outset, and we're now down to the final 20. They're split into 4 groups, and there'll be a resurface at the halfway point. That is the final group you see there. In fact, the last 5 will be the final group. Lilah Fear and Lewis Gibson going for their first bronze medal at the World Championships. Madison Chock and Evan Bates for the USA, defending champions. They've got a bit of a margin.
They do, especially for ice dance.
Yeah, about 4 points going into this. And of course, they're going to have the crowd on their side as well. There's the panel of judges, the technical panel. We're just about get ready to rumble and introduce the first teams out on the ice. We've got 5 teams behind the scenes, ready to come out. The place is filling up all the time. It's a little bit slow getting going, but it will be packed. It's a complete sellout tonight. I understand it's between 13 and 14,000 with the ice surface and the way the place is set up. It will be incredible. So here we go. We're underway with the first group. Julia Tequila and Matthäus Veslus for Finland, who scraped into this by virtue of the fact that the Lithuanians took a tumble and finished behind them. They got them in, so they can breathe a sigh of relief. They're followed by the Canadians, Alicia Fabry and Paul Air. They're lying in 19th place. Great for them to make it through. Then the team from Australia, who are improving every time we see them, for 5th World Championships for them. Holly Harris and Jason Chan. Well, these two were superb in the rhythm dance. Just their 2nd World Championships. They look as cool as a cucumber coming out here. Phoebe Becker and James Hernandez for Great Britain. And last to go, love these two, Hannah Lim and Ye Kwan for Korea. They go into this lying in 16th place. It really is a great level in the first group.
I can't believe it. As you were introducing them, I truly am shocked that this is the caliber of ice dancing that we're seeing in this first group at the World Championships. The level is so high. And as you mentioned, 36 teams in the rhythm dance. It was tough to cut 16 of those teams, and as a result, we have a superb ice dance event today.
We really do, yeah. And the Finns, who will be first to go, of course, he took a tumble, didn't he, in the rhythm dance, and it cost them dearly.
Yeah, it sure did. And obviously we see they're the last team. They'll be skating first today, the last team to qualify for this free dance. And what a shame it would have been to not get to see their free dance this season on the world stage. It's one of my favorites. I'm so glad they made the cut. Yeah, and I'm sure they are too.
We all are. I know he was absolutely gutted yesterday. He could hardly talk when he got off the ice, because for the longest time it looked as though they weren't going to make it, but they're here and we're thrilled that they are. A team that finished 10th last year. They were 9th the year before in the World Championships, almost got a medal at the European Championships. That's the sort of caliber of dancers we're seeing right at the beginning. Julia Tequila and Matthäus Veslus. But there's the Canadian team, Alicia and Paul, debuting at the World Championships. What a debut for them. They were 9th at the 4 continents, 4th in the Tallinn Trophy as well. Isn't it great? Oh dear, that was a close one. Great for them to be here.
It is so great, and Alicia was here 9 years ago as a spectator, so really a full circle moment for Alicia and Paul to be competing in this event today. I couldn't believe that the rhythm dance that they showed us yesterday almost didn't make the cut. Again, I know I'm repeating myself, but it really speaks to the level that is required to compete in the free dance event.
Yeah, a lot of the teams feeling the pressure yesterday. And there are a lot at stake. Remember, there's Olympic places at stake here at these World Championships. Taking a look at Holly Harris and Jason Chan for Australia, a team that are competing at the Worlds for the 5th time. Their best result was a couple of years ago, where they finished in 16th place. They're 17th last year, and they go into this lying in at 18th place at the moment. So they'd love to move up if they possibly could. A team that won the Ice Challenge in Graz this year, 5th in the Tallinn Trophy, they were. And then the Brits, I loved their rhythm dance yesterday. I thought they absolutely nailed it. Phoebe Becker, James Hernandez. I know Nick Buckland is here. He will be thrilled. I bet he's shaking in his boots at the moment. Everybody's got to keep their cool. It is amazing, isn't it, how so many of the athletes have said that the crowd is really energizing them, and they're able to use it to lift their performance.
They sure are. The crowd has been fantastic for not only the American athletes, but for all athletes here. And they've been encouraging when it's not going as well. They've been supportive when it is. And it's been a vibrant environment to work in.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, going back to the Finns, when they took the tumble, the crowd were deafening, weren't they? Trying to support them through the final few elements. It was amazing. And there's the final team. Hannah Lin and Yi Kwan. And interesting, he does some coaching now, and he says it's fantastic. One of his students has come to watch him. It must be great.
Oh, that's so nice. We know, Chris, there are 19 spots for the Olympic Championships on the line here today. Obviously, 20 teams have made the free dance, so all will be really focused on either moving up in the standings. Well, all will be focused on moving up in the standings, and in order to do that, they're going to have to focus on completing each of their elements one at a time, trying to stay in their own bubble and not getting too worked up or wrapped up in the exterior factors that they can't control.
Yes, so many of them, after skating in the rhythm dance, came off and said that their main goal was to really focus on themselves and to try and raise the energy level within themselves. They're trying not to focus on the Olympic places, not to focus on the scores, just focus on what they have control of.
That's right.
A bit like us.
True. Today we'll see teams do 3 different types of short lifts, or 1 short lift and 1 combination lift. They'll do a dance spin, a step sequence, a 1-foot turn sequence, a set of synchronized twizzles, and 3 different choreographic elements. All of those will come in at a level 1, but the dance teams will be looking to earn a very high grade of execution on that to boost those scores.
Yeah, you do sense that scores are pretty tight, that the components mark as well is going to play a big part here.
They are here competing for Finland. Please give a warm welcome to Julia and Matthäus.
Well, they're not skating where they wanted to be, that is for sure. But we're thrilled that they've made it through after the mistake in the rhythm dance. Out now to make good. The Finnish national champions, Julia Tequila and Matthäus Veslus. Well, that was some response to the disappointment from 24 hours ago.
I spoke in the warm-up. I love this free dance for this team. They told me a little bit about the story behind it. The story is La Rubia Mireia, and it's a legendary tango figure symbolizing both beauty and tragedy. And the story reflects the exploitation and control faced by many women in a male-dominated society. And this story's narrative poignantly illustrates the struggles and resilience of women navigating the tango world. And for me, they really did that.
Yeah.
They really draw you in, and obviously a number of elements that they're completing within this free dance, but all are in keeping with the story that they're trying to tell and the characters that they're playing, and it's so effective.
It really is. And when you look at the quality of that, I mean, that's they should be up in 4th, 5th, somewhere around there, shouldn't they? Maybe even higher with the way they skated that. I mean, that's going to lead for a long, long time.
Yeah, this free dance has been scoring really well all season. Taking a look here at their curve lift. It's in at a level 4. Really nice grade of execution there as well. This is their choreo lift. One of the 3 choreo elements that teams will complete in their free dance, and it's worth only 1.1, but they can earn a huge grade of execution for it, and they have, bringing them up to 4 points. Judges reviewed a couple of elements, but they've come back with pretty great levels, both getting a 3 on the 1 foot and a 2 on the diagonal step, 4 for everything else.
Yeah, in the European Championships, where they finished in 4th place, they got 124.43 for that program. And to be honest, looking at it, I think it was a match for what they did at the Europeans. It really was great. When you think about it, their heart must have been in their boots. Yeah, 120.86. That is going to lead for a long, long time. Very, very well done. What a difference a day makes.
Our next team is representing Canada. Please welcome to the ice, Alicia and Paul.
Just taking a moment to take it all in. The team that finished in 3rd place in the Canadian National Championships this year, lying in 19th place, Alicia and Paul.
This is amazing.
enjoyed that. These two skate with such a freedom. Beautiful ice coverage, great control. Didn't seem to have a nerve in their body. I'm sure their heart rate was going through the roof when they started, but they calmed down, got into it beautifully. Alicia and Paul from Canada. Wasn't that great?
I loved it, Chris.
Yeah.
I thought it was amazing. This team told me their goals are to focus on themselves and to do what they do in practice, and they're just always trying to be a little bit better than they were yesterday. This their first World Championships. I loved both programs that they showed us today, and I thought largely they skated to the best of their ability. They can be so proud of the job that they've done here. And I love this free dance. They wanted to portray the strong female character that Alicia plays so well already.
Yeah, they're going to drop a place, but so everybody in this group, I would imagine, because the Finns score obviously is so high, but they can still be very, very proud.
They sure can. Here, looking at their combination lift, they do this curve lift, and then Paul changes edges. He switches to a different curve. That makes it a combination lift. And both of those curve lifts in at a level 4 with a really nice GOE. That's so hard to do, to change edge in a spread eagle. Already is difficult, while holding a woman even more so. 1 foot section. Both skaters earning a level 2. That means both successfully did 2 clean turns within that 1 foot sequence. And this, their synchronized twizzles. We saw there their little falling leaf entry into it. That's their C feature for today. And their second twizzle. These were reviewed, but both in at a level 4.
I'm not just one of your many.
I really liked their choreo slide near the end of the program where Paul is in a huge back bend, Alicia as well. I thought that was so effective and overall just really worked with their concept and their program.
The scores, please.
Yeah, so many highlights in the program, and they kept their cool, didn't they, all the way through. So 110 is their best score this season, 101.93. They do go into second place, which is fine. 170.88 their score. It's about 15 points behind their personal best, but of course, this is a World Championship, so can't really compare.
Representing Australia, please welcome Ollie Harris and Jason Chen.
So real focus from these two. They go into this lying in 18th place. That's where they finished a couple of years ago in the World Championships. And a really good season so far. The Australian national champions, Holly Harris and Jason Chan. Claire de Lune, the music. I love this free dance. just breathtaking. That, for me, is a masterclass in choreography. Jean-Luc Baker put that program together, and congratulations to him, because it is very, very special. Picked out all the qualities that Holly and Jason have, and they were able to keep the emotion going throughout the duration of that 4-minute free dance. It really was very, very special indeed. I don't know about you, but I've got chills. It was, oh.
It was amazing this morning when I watched it in practice. I usually take a lot of notes, and I just wrote nothing down. I just watched. And this team continues to be on the rise in their career. And you're right, Jean-Luc Baker choreographed this program with Marie-France Dubray. And he told me a little bit about the process and wanting to feel like these athletes are not trying to be people who isn't authentic to them, and their truest selves can come through their performance. And he said the naked eye won't necessarily pick up the story. It's the beauty and balance of lightness and darkness, and how you need both in your life. You can't only feel happy without some sadness. And I just thought they did this so well throughout. Here, taking a look at their combination lift, their rotational into their stationary. Jason had to rotate 6 times in the rotational, and then get down to that low crouch position for 3 seconds in the stationary, all done within 13 seconds. And here, their curve lift. It really was a breathtaking performance, Chris, and when you look at what's required, at least from the presentation part of the program components, it needs expressiveness and projection and variety and contrast of energy and movements, musical sensitivity and timing. They hit all the boxes under that umbrella. Of course, we still have skating skills and composition, and they did those great too. And I just love the etherealness in their skating. I'm such a fan of this team and this program.
Yeah, me too. It looked to me as though they put the technical base down, and then they just layered upon layer on the program. It was beautiful. So 104.94 is second place, and in real terms, they go into the lead. But the Finns, of course, leading at the moment. Fantastic stuff. We both have liked to see a little bit higher scores there, wouldn't we?
To our next competitors, representing Great Britain, here are Phoebe and James.
So on the ice now, lying in 17th place. Goodness me, were they good in the rhythm dance. Said they were a little nervous when they got to the start position, but were able to calm themselves down and just taking their time here. This is Phoebe Becker and James Hernandez. James Bond selection. Goodness me, did they nail that? A sense of drama right from the off. Fantastic. And there, the realization of what they've just achieved. It was sensational. I have never seen them better. They've put two back-to-back brilliant performances together here.
They sure did, and they were so excited to compete today after so narrowly missing the free dance cut last season. They say they were inspired by Junwan Cha's James Bond free skate, and they'd wanted to use the music for a while. I thought it really works for them.
Yeah, it suits them down to the ground, doesn't it? Really, really good. There was so much sophistication in the program. One of the highlights for me was the 1-foot turn sequence. I thought the way they integrated that and interpreted the music with the rise and fall, they just picked out the nuances of the music. It was superb.
Looking down at their sheet, the technical panel only reviewing their twizzle sequence, so
that's good news.
A pretty solid performance for them today. They really are a dynamic team. And a great World Championships for them. I think moving forward, they're with such a fantastic coaching team with Nick Buckland and Penny Coombs, and they'll continue to work on the ease with which they move within their different difficult dance holds and all of these things that will accelerate them to the later and later groups and the higher and higher levels of ice dance. But for where they're at in their career today, I thought they couldn't have done a better job for themselves at the World Championships in 2025, trying to secure a spot for Great Britain at the Olympics. Looking here at their twizzle sequence, synchronized twizzles today, as opposed to the sequential we saw yesterday. And Phoebe and James today opting for a third twizzle, and that was really nicely done. Great grade of execution on that. Here, their straight line lift. James needing to get his thigh parallel to the ice in order for that difficult feature to count, and he's done it. Straight line lift in at a level 4. I also liked how their choreo step went the long way down the ice as opposed to the typical width of the ice that we see most teams do. I thought that was different and interesting.
Yeah, it creates more ice coverage as well, doesn't it? But you're saying that this is only their second World Championship. Longevity is a big thing in ice dance, and when you think of the top teams, Piper Gillis, Paul Poirier, Madison Chock, and Evan Bates, this is their 11th World Championships together. It's amazing. So they get 107.37, and they are in second place in behind the Finns, which they will be absolutely thrilled with. Very, very close to a season's best score for them.
Yeah, me too. Our next skaters represent the Republic of Korea. Let's welcome to the ice, Natalie and
So on the ice now, the team from Korea. They're twice the Korean national champions. They go into this lying in 16th place. It's the second time at the World Championships for them. They were 14th last year. This is Hannah Lim and Yi Kwan. Well, this is another team that really have improved beyond all recognition over the last 12 months. And I've got to say that really their results don't reflect the improvement in the quality of skating. They are fantastic. They were very, very successful as juniors, runners-up in the World Junior Championships a couple of years ago. This is their second season competing as seniors. But I tell you what, they are improving at a meteoric pace. The quality of skating, the edge quality throughout that program was to die for. Hannah Lim, Yi Kwan for the Republic of Korea. Just brilliant.
I said it yesterday. I think they're such a great match for each other. I really think Hannah is a star, and Ye is the perfect partner for her. He's so stable and allows her to perform so dynamically. And they have something that is really hard to teach. She changes, they both change how they're performing as the music changes, and in doing that and in using their faces so expressively, it tells a story to us. It's so impressive.
Yeah, you could see it there. There's a drama to it, isn't there?
Here, I loved this entry into their straight line lift. So cool. Into level 4. And this, their choreo slide. Both of them have to have a part of their body that's not their blade sliding on the ice. You see both of their hands. And this is the curve lift. Ye in a very difficult low position. I think the ceiling is limitless for me.
Yeah, they are incredible. They're fun to watch, and it's going to be a joy to watch their progress over the years. So where will they have them? They'd love to go into, well, the second place would be the goal, because the Finns, of course, are a different class. But it's going to be third place, 105.27. And that puts them in behind Phoebe and James Hernandez. So they're going to drop a place. Good news for the Brits, though. So after the first group, that's how it looks. Julia Tequila and Matthäus Versluis climbing up the scoreboard all the time. Phoebe and James Hernandez in second, and Hannah Lim and Yi Kwan in third place. And to get us underway in group number 2, Loicia and Theo Lemercier from France, lying in 15th place. It's Diana Davis and Gleb Smolking for Georgia. They're in 14th. They'll be second to go. Second time in the World Championships for them. For Czechia in 13th place. This is their 5th time at the World Championships. A little bit disappointed on the mistake and the twizzles yesterday. Natalie Tashlarova and Filip Tashler. And here for Germany, Jennifer Jans van Rensburg, and the new dad, Benjamin Stefan for Germany. And last to go, they are the number 2 Finnish team, but they're in the lead here as far as the Finns are concerned. Yuka Orihara and Juho Pyränen.
Your 5-minute warm-up begins now.
So 5 minutes to get the skating legs on. Get a feel of the ice, soak up the atmosphere, and what an atmosphere it is. As I look around here, there's 1 or 2 empty seats, but not many, and probably those are seats that have been vacated to go and get a quick drink or something. But it is a fantastic atmosphere, and as we've seen all week, a knowledgeable crowd, a crowd that gets right behind the skaters, and so many of these teams have been able to pull on the energy from the audience. We're looking at the French team now. Loicia and Theo Lemercier. She's 23, he's 25. They were disappointed with their score yesterday. So they've got a bit to prove here. They're going to try and keep a cool head and come out and skate a clean free if they possibly can. Remember, they were 11th in the World Championships last year. They go into this lying in 15th place. They won the Sophia Trophy and the Challenge Cup in Tilburg. Then it'll be the Georgian team, Diana Davis and Gleb Smolkin. They were 8th in the European Championships again this season. They were the year before as well. 12th, they were in the World Championships last year. Go into this lying in 14th place. Runners-up in the Challenger Series event this year, the Golden Spin. Did a couple of Grand Prix as well. They were 4th in Skate America, 8th in the Cup of China. Got a new coaching team for this season. And feel that they're making big strides with the new team. So they're the Czech brother and sister. Natalie Taschler-Rover, Filip Taschler. She's 23, he's 25. Made a little mistake on the twizzles. It was the smallest mistake, just a little check. And they've got to focus on themselves, they say, going into this free dance and try and improve all the time. They feel they're getting better, just got to not make any mistakes. And it is so, so tight. They're a real class act if they can put it together. It'll be Jennifer Jan van Rensburg for Germany with her partner Benjamin Stefan that will be next to go. She said yesterday coming out she wasn't nervous at all.
Can you believe it?
No, I can't. Even I'm nervous before I start talking, let alone having to skate. And these two have been doing all their preparation in Chemnitz. They usually train in Oberstdorf, but Oberstdorf is closed at the moment for renovation. But their preparation, they feel, has been really, really good. They were pleased with their performance in the rhythm dance, got them into 12th place. They were 22nd and didn't qualify 12 months ago. And he's just become a dad, so congratulations to him. Advanced to go for Finland, lying in 11th place, Yuka Orihara and Juho Pyränen. Really, really pleased with how it went on the rhythm dance, and rightly so, it was fantastic. And they were skating to music from Donna Summer, and we said they just found out Donna Summer was from Boston. I didn't know that.
Me neither. Learn something new every day, Chris.
I wonder if Elisa Liu knew that. She skated to MacArthur Park. I bet she did. I bet it was planned.
And this team, conversely, is not feeling too much pressure for Olympics because Yuka does not yet have Finnish citizenship. So this is a team where it's not really on their minds. They're not feeling that same Olympic pressure as some of these other teams here this week.
Fist pump from Benoit Richaud on the side, and real animation there from Karim. So important, those last few words.
It really is so important. And
what did Bruno used to say to you for the last minute?
Depends how the 6 minutes were.
If it was going well, what would he say to you?
You know what? I often didn't like to go back, so we shared words before the 6-minute warm-up, and then just exchanged glances or little hand signals or whatever needed to be done. But everybody's different.
There's code going on, was there?
There's code, yeah. It's all strategy to that, Chris.
Oh.
But everybody's different. Everyone needs a different thing, and these coaches are so great at knowing their students well enough to understand how they're feeling, sometimes even better than the skaters do.
That's true. That is very, very true. There's a lot of skills needed to be a top-notch coach. Fantastic stuff. So that's it. The warm-up's over now. Ready to go. Be the French to go first. They'll be followed by the Georgian team. The Czechs will follow them. Then the Germans. And last to go, the Finns.
to Loicia and Theo.
So to get us underway, it's a team that's got to put the disappointment from yesterday behind them, and I'm sure they'll do that. Lying in 15th place for France, the trio Demagou and Theo Le Mercier.
Hallelujah, et Adonai kol goyim shabachu kol ha'olim ki gavar aleinu chasto ve'emet Adonai le'olam hallelujah.
Well, I think for them, that is the perfect response after the disappointment from yesterday. There's a couple of elements that are going to be reviewed by the technical panel, but they gave it absolutely everything. Loved the quality of the edge work and the interpretation from this French team that have, 3 times been runners-up in the French National Championships. I think they'll be pleased. Loicia and Theo, very well done.
Yeah, they expressed that they were a little bit frustrated because they felt like they do things in training with a little bit better quality, and then sometimes it doesn't translate to competition, and that is so normal with nerves and adrenaline. Skaters get a little bit tighter, and with that becomes less ease and effortlessness through everything that they do, but I thought they did a great job today.
I really did, yeah. It's interesting that a lot of the skaters have said that the more World Championships they get under the belt, the easier it becomes. Did you find that?
I did, yeah.
How many World Championships did you do?
I don't know.
Quite a few.
8? I don't know, I can't remember. We'll check it out on the
we'll have to have a look. And it did get easier, did it? Or you learn how to handle the pressure?
I don't think it gets easier, I think it's different. You just learn how to handle the pressure and the situation around you. Taking a look here at their 1 foot, we see a lot of teams often complete these terms at the same time, doing the same turns, and we saw different turns there from Loicia and Theo. I thought that was really cool. Looking here at the rotational lift, it's in at a level 4, and I thought it covered a lot of ice. They were really fast. We saw a real ease from them in moving from one hold to another, one transition to another, and we'll see that as we get later in the competition. Teams will move more seamlessly together, and there will be less pushing and pulling. I thought they did a great job today.
Yeah, well, let's see if the judges go with them. They always feel them a little bit hard done by the scores. 113.87 is the best they've got this season. 108.89. I think they'd have loved to get over 110 if they possibly can. They are in second place in behind the Finns. So you can just see the Finns are leaping up the scoreboard all the time. And it's expected.
And representing Georgia, please welcome Diana Davis and Gleb Smolkin.
So on the ice now, the team lying in 14th place. They were 12th in their debut at the World Championships last year. He is skating to Kashmir and the Rain Song. This is Diana Davis and Gleb Smolkin for Georgia.
This is the springtime of my life, the second season. I am the new. You are the sunlight, so warm. I felt before. It isn't hard to feel me growing. I watch the fire, the goodness and
You can't beat a bit of Led Zeppelin to get the party going. Really thought that suited their style of skating. Black Dog, that last piece by Led Zeppelin. And of course, the skating from Diana Davis and Gleb Smolking. Don't know about you, Kirsten, but I thought the choice of music and the way they interpreted it, I thought this suited them better.
I agree. I really like this free dance. I loved it in practice this morning. It's highlighted by really cool elements that are really in keeping with the theme that they have. And obviously, we've said this a couple times, but that is something that the judges are looking for when they're awarding it. Each element, the grade of execution. And I thought they did that so effectively, in particular for me on the choreo slide and on the curve lift. The choreo slide, we've talked about these choreo elements. They're all worth 1.1 points, but the most I think they can get is 4.15, and Diana and Gleb are getting 3.83. So the judges agree that these elements are really effective.
Yeah, everything looks so polished, doesn't it? And they've got a new coaching team. They've moved to Montreal, and from the look of it, I mean, it takes time to transition into a new coaching structure, but from the look of it, it looks like it's working well.
It does, yeah. They've mentioned that they're still in the process of adapting.
Yeah.
Here, looking at their combination lift right off the top, stationary lift, that was it right there. Gleb in the low difficult position, and then they get right into their rotational lift.
It was great the way they sync with the music on that.
Yeah, it really was. Both level 4s for both of those lifts, and it's over 14 points. This, my favorite, the choreo slide.
I'd never walk again if I did that.
It is so cool.
Yeah. He's got some neck muscles, hasn't he?
I loved Diana's position in that lift as well. This was really well done. They have some pretty good levels. Both level 3 on the 1 foot, both 3 on the twizzles. They would have definitely loved a 4 on that. But overall, really great work.
Yeah, so the season's best score is 121.56. Got that in the Nebula Memorial Trophy. Finished in second place there. So it's 117.28. It is second place, so they... And they go into the lead. Second on the night, but go into the lead. That's good news for them. So the Finns now in second place. Is that as far as they're going to move up? We'll have to wait and see.
Representing Czechia, Natalie and Filip.
Now, they made a small error in the twizzles in the rhythm dance. Got to put that behind them now. Focus on themselves, they said here. Focus on the job in hand. I'm sure they're going to do that. Brother and sister team, Natalie Taschlerova and Filip Taschler from the Czech Republic.
Then I wake, it's kaleidoscopic mind. I never meant to hurt you. I'm going out of my mind.
Well, they are spent. Great to see him smiling at the end there. Brother and sister team, and they really worked as a team there. Beautiful program. Natalie and Filip, I'm sure they'll be pleased with how that went, and they'll be really hoping the judges go with them. I love her deep knee bend, the way she gets into the ice. I just think it's fantastic. She really, I bet she gets through a few pairs of boots a year because her ankles are working so hard.
Yeah, they both are. That was one of the things that I've noticed with this team over time, and this week live especially, is the way that they pull and press through their edges, and their 1-foot turn sequence in particular is striking. It really is. And they don't have the highest level in the 1-foot turn sequence. They're being awarded a 2 and a 3, so they will take a little bit of a hit there, but the grade of execution is quite high for the quality of how that's done. They cover so much ice. They skate so fast into it. My favorite, though, was the first element, the combination lift. I don't think we're gonna see it. Natalie changes position into the most beautiful split position as Filip changes curves. That is so cool, though. That's a part of their 1-foot sequence, leaning forward and grabbing their blade. That's so difficult. And it's right in the middle of all of the difficult turns that they have to execute cleanly for a level. Taking a look at their straight line lift, I loved how Natalie got into this position. You can see there just barely on your screen, Filip on one leg. That's a difficult feature the technical panel will award. And that is a level 4.
So dangerous going forwards as well, isn't it?
It sure is.
In that toe pick. Ooh.
And here, just a part of their choreo step, again, an element with a maximum of level 1, but wanting to perform it as much as possible and complete it as well as possible to get the highest grade of execution.
Yeah, I'm with you. That curve lift at the beginning was, well, it was ridiculous, wasn't it? They got, what, 13.5 points for it, too.
They did.
Fantastic. So where will they go? Will the judges go with them this time? 112.37. It's third on the night. And they're going to go into third place there. Yeah, in behind the Finns.
On the ice now, and representing Germany, here are Jennifer Janssen Rensburg and Benjamin Stefan.
Well, they said they weren't nervous yesterday. Let's hope that's the same situation today. The place is packed to the gunnels again, and they'll be wanting to use the energy of the crowd to get through this free. Jennifer Janssen Rensburg and Benjamin Stefan for Germany.
Difficulties through the first twizzle for Jennifer.
Well, it's beautiful interpretation. Music, of course, from Phantom of the Opera. But you can't make a mistake when the field is this tight and this good. Such a pity that she made the mistake on the twizzles.
Yeah, and the technical panel will take a look to see how that will affect the level that they will assign to that element. For me, it really picked up at the end. I loved the straight line lift. I thought it was so effective on music, and the exit was really cool, as well as the choreo lift near the very end of the program. But to put it in perspective for you today, it looks like Jennifer will be receiving a level 2 for the synchronized twizzles, Benjamin a 4, earning them around 5 points, a little bit more. And when this team does this element at a level 4 with a positive grade of execution, they earn about 8.5. So they're losing a little over 3 points on that element. They'll be disappointed about that. The dance spin also downgraded to a 3. It was in at a 4, but was reviewed.
Yeah, that twizzle, they lost nearly a point, didn't they, on the GOE?
Let's take a look. Watch Jennifer. Oops! And so it looks like they're going for both A and B features, arm and legs. And when she lost her balance there, I'm not sure if she was able to maintain that feature. And it looks like she wasn't, which was why the level was downgraded to a 2. Here, this straight line lift. We see Benjamin on one leg. And watch this exit. This was so cool. And this their rotational lift. I love this position. We saw this in their rhythm dance as well. I think it's a really nice lift for them. It's a level 4. Not what they were looking for today, but a great recovery after the mistake.
It certainly was, and they'll be disappointed for sure. Well, let's give a shout out to Benjamin, who, with his wife, Patricia, they've got a little son on the 17th of March. Young Leon, welcome to the world, and congratulations to Benjamin and Patricia, his wife. So, 111.42, the score, the best score they've got this year. And obviously that score reflecting the mistake on the twizzles. It is 6th place on the afternoon and 5th place overall. So you just can't make a mistake, not a big one like that, in a field like this. So they'll be disappointed with that.
They are here competing on behalf of Finland. Let's give a warm welcome to Yuka, Orihara, and Juho.
They had a great time out there in the rhythm dance. They said they were really, really pleased with the performance and love the support of the crowd, but they're going to get that support again here. This is a fun program to the music from a chorus line. This is Yuka Orihara and Juho Pirinen for Finland.
Let's do the whole combination facing away from the mirror. From the top, a 5, 6, 7, 8.
Just take it in, guys. Well, I think never in their wildest dreams would they have imagined a reception like this. It is fantastic.
Yuka and Juho.
Did they pass the audition? They nailed it, didn't they? It was brilliant. Well done. I've seen this program all season, but never as good as that. And of course, it makes such a difference when the crowd are getting behind you. From the halfway point, they were with them every inch of the way. It's as if everybody in the arena knows the story to a chorus line, and they were out there with them, willing them on. Oh, I got chills again. And we're not even at halfway.
And they spoke about how excited they were to do the chorus line in the United States, but
yeah.
I don't know that they expected a reception so huge as that, but they're such an easy team to get behind, and the music was building and they were building too, and it helped grow the anticipation and the excitement as the program went on.
It's funny, it was one of my favorite stage shows when I was training. Just to go and watch it in the West End, and this transported me back to that time.
Taking a look here at their stationary lift. We see Juho on one leg for 3 seconds. That's a feature they're earning a level 4. And here when they really just light up, they lit up the entire TD Garden. There's a lot of people in here. I think every one of them enjoyed it as much as we did.
And there he is. Maurizio Margaglio. Love the hats. Perfect, aren't they? Right. Well, 118 they got this season for this program, and that was at the European Championships. Come on, judges, let's get some good scores here. Oh, it's 110. 4th place. And that's going to put them into 4th place overall with 184.72. Yeah, they won't forget their time here in Boston, will they?
Ladies and gentlemen, we will now
Neither will we.
short intermission for the ice to be resurfaced.
So this is the situation at the halfway point. Diana Davis and Gleb Smolking for Georgia out in front. Then it's Julia Turkila and Matthäus for Sluice for Finland, who have shot up the rankings as we expected they would. Natalie Teslarova and Filip Tashler in 3rd. And then the Finns we just saw, Yuka Orihara and Juho Pirinen in 4th place. It's been a spectacular first half. I'm sure you'd agree with that. Chance for us to have a little break now. We've got an ice resurface, so it's about 15 minutes, and then we'll come back with the final 2 groups, the top 10 teams after the rhythm dance. See ya in about 15 minutes.
beauté, je fais confiance à mon esthéticienne. Avec ses soins de beauté professionnels, ma peau est plus belle, mon visage paraît plus jeune et éclatant de beauté. Dans les instituts de beauté, Guido et Marco.
Welcome back. 2 groups to go. The top 10 after the rhythm dance. There they are, the penultimate group ready to come out onto the ice. The music's pumping. Everybody's making their way back into the seats. Hope you're ready back home. To get us underway, the team from Czechia. They're lying in 10th place. Brother and sister team, Katarina and Daniel Mrazak.
Representing France, Evgeniia and Geoffrey.
Evgeniia and Geoffrey Brizot. They're lying in 9th place. They were 8th in the World Championships last year.
Olivia and
These two had a great rhythm dance, and their free dance is even better if they can nail it. Olivia Smart and Tim Deek for Spain.
Representing the United States of America.
Then we've got a couple of Team USA members coming up now. Caroline Green and Michael Parsons, who were thrilled with the way they skated in the rhythm dance. As were the team that finished in 2nd place in the American Nationals this year, Christina Carrera and Anthony Ponomarenko.
Your 5-minute warm-up.
Yeah, these two never got into 80 points, but they did yesterday in the rhythm dance. And Christina and Anthony there going into this in 6th place. That's the lineup. And I hope you get a sense and a feel of the atmosphere, the energy really building in this stadium. It is going to be phenomenal when the first American teams come to the ice. Can you imagine, Kirsten, what it's going to be like when Madison Chock and Evan Bates take to the ice?
I think it might be a little something like we experienced last night, Chris.
I hope so.
I hope so, too.
It was very special, no doubt about that. So let's take a look at the Czech team, Katarina and Daniel. 2nd time they've competed in the World Championships. They were 13th last year, so it's a big step up. This is a very, very talented team. You want to keep your eye on them. Been together from a very young age. They are brother and sister. They've never skated with anybody else, so all they know is skating together. And they are a magic partnership, that is for sure. And as are the French team, who are lying in 9th place. Really pleased with their performance in the rhythm dance. For the free, they've completely changed their 1-foot sequence from the European Championship. So they're hoping that the score's going to go up, and they've modified the spin as well. So they're hoping that they can improve from the score that they got in the European Championships. They got a personal best there, which was 124.01. And what can you say about these two? Olivia and Tim, just fantastic. They were amazing. And Olivia said when she came out onto the ice and she got to a start position yesterday, the nerves kicked in. And it took her a moment just to calm herself down. So really, really hope that they can control the nerves here. They really need to focus and just trust the training. They said the training's gone well, and they're really looking forward to performing this free dance. And it's in all likelihood be the last time that they do this performance. And that's the same for all of the teams. They're doing these programs for the last time here. So it is quite emotional for them. Caroline Green and Michael Parsons there. Really, really worked hard. Pleased with the job that they did yesterday. Really felt technically that they nailed it, and they've been working on the presentation of the program, which came off really, really well. This is the 2nd time at the World Championships for them, lying in 7th place going into this. They were 6th back in 2023. The American number 3s. But they were mighty fine in the rhythm dance. And Christina Carrera and Anthony Ponomarenko with a new personal best in the rhythm dance. They cracked that 80-point mark, which is a huge achievement for them. 3rd time competing in the World Championships. They were 7th last year, so going into this in 6th place is great news. They're on the up and up. They recently finished in 4th place in the Four Continents Championships, runners-up in the NHK, bronze medalists in the Cup of China. It really has been a good season for them, and they'd love to finish it off here with a challenge for the podium. They've got some work to do, but a good performance here and mistakes from those above them. Who knows? They look pretty sharp, don't they, Kirsten?
They do, and broke the 80-point barrier in the rhythm dance yesterday. They were fantastic, but for me, their free dance is so good. Their rhythm dance, of course, really great too, but their free dance this year, portraying Carmen and the story of Carmen, has brought out a different side than I've seen in either of them. And they've said that they have wanted to skate to Carmen for a number of years, but it took a while to convince their coaches that it was the right choice for them. And I think maybe it wasn't the right time before, but I truly believe that now they're ready and they do it so well. I can't wait to see it.
There's a danger, isn't there, picking an iconic piece of music like that that's been done so many times by so many great people. You've got to do it justice, because it doesn't work otherwise.
You're right, it doesn't, and it has become somewhat iconic and a little bit of a warhorse in figure skating, but if you can take that and use it to your advantage, people like, audience members like when they can recognize a piece of music. In a lot of cases, they can relate to it, so if you can make your version unique and special, it could be an advantage for you, in my opinion.
Yeah, it certainly can. I think it's the right opinion. And even if you look back at the 10 performances that we've had so far, all of the performances have been different. We're looking at the leader's chair there. This is a new initiative from the International Skating Union. Bit of fun. The leaders will sit there. That's just adjacent to the kiss and cry. And we might see a little bit of communication, a bit of body language between the athletes as they pass the leader's chair, going into the kiss and cry. So we're ready to get underway with the action. 2 groups left in this rhythm dance. It was a dicey moment.
Our next team is here competing for Czechia. Let's welcome them to the ice, Katarina and Daniel Mrazek.
Our first team onto the ice, the brother and sister team who were sensational in the rhythm dance. They'd love to keep this going if they possibly can. 18-year-old Katarina Mrazkova and 21-year-old Daniel Mrazek for Czechia. Wow, just breathtaking. These two really are the real deal, I can tell you. You've got to keep your eye on these two. They are going to make big waves in the ice dance over the next few years, that's for sure. They were the World Junior Champions back in 2023. This is only the second season that they've been competing as seniors, so they're really learning their craft. But when you imagine they're a team, they're obviously brother and sister, but they're a team that they've only skated together, and they skated together since a very young age. So they know each other upside down, back to front, inside out. They've got a sixth sense, and that will stand them in good stead moving into the future. Absolutely amazing.
You're right, and it is quite a big step from junior to senior, and they seem to have done it with ease. They continue to get better. This has not been the easiest season for them in terms of this free dance. They had to change their free dance music in January, right before Europeans. The composer of the previous piece didn't want their music, his music, on YouTube, and so they had to scramble and figure out something different, and mention that they usually go for something a little bit less used. This piece, Rain in Your Black Eyes, has been used a lot in figure skating, but I like what they've done with it. It works for them. We took a look there at their stationary lift. They've lost a level on that. It's just a 3 and not a 4 that they would have been expecting, so they've lost about a point on that element. And there was a little bit from their serpentine step sequence in hold. This is their choreo hydroblade. We haven't seen one of these today, I don't think. This is a really cool element. Both skaters have to have their upper body almost parallel to the ice. You saw Daniel really leaning forward. And this, their combo lift, they start with their curve lift. Neither one of them are holding on. She's really just balancing on his legs, and then they go into their rotational lift. Here in the character step, skaters are allowed to touch the boards at the beginning or the end. We see that a lot. We don't see this a lot.
I was just thinking about those LED boards.
Gotta be careful with those.
Okay, their season's best score, 113.69, 112.68. That's not too bad. They are in third place, and that will have them in third place overall. So there it is, the two Czech teams locked together.
On the ice next, and representing France, please welcome Evgeniia and Geoffrey.
So next to go, the team lying in 9th place. They were 8th in the World Championships last year. Silver medalists in the European Championships. This is Evgeniia and Geoffrey Brizot from France. Well, in a stadium like this, that really works. That music thumping out of the speakers here, filling the stadium. Really super stuff. Evgeniia Loporeva, Geoffrey Briseau from France. And as I said earlier, they've made pretty critical changes in the program since the European Championships. It'd be interesting to see how the judges feel about that. 124 they got at the European Championships, so they'll be hoping for close to that here.
Yeah, Evgeniia told me this program and this style of program was inspired by their exhibition number from last year, and Guillaume came out with these techno pieces, and they really liked it immediately, but were a little bit hesitant because it felt a little bit rough as a program idea as a whole. But then they found that middle piece and were able to put it together in a way that is cohesive, and they really have a story. In the beginning, they're confrontational, as you can probably see by her blade on his chest. And as they work through the program, their relationship between one another changes. Their straight line lift, one of my favorite elements in the program. It's in at a level 4. It's so difficult. And here the twizzle sequence. Both Evgeniia and Geoffrey are earning a level 4 for this. And we see today in the synchronized twizzles, the skaters are allowed to connect between their twizzles, where yesterday we know that they were not. Something I thought was interesting and different about this team is they elected to do 3 short lifts and not the 1 combination lift and 1 short lift, like I think all other teams that we've seen up until this point. And this their choreo slide, so cool. Evgenia's leg going over Geoffrey's head while she's sliding is so effective. They're earning 3.95 points for that element, so almost the maximum that they are able to earn on it.
Yeah, you felt through the program, they were really pushing themselves all the way through, which of course you've got to do, but you're risking it, you're right on the limit, and it's so impressive when skaters perform like that. So 113.77 would give them the lead. Oh, 117.89 should be enough to put them in first place. Yes, it is. There you go. 194.63. The French leading, the Georgians now down into second place. So Evgeniia and Geoffrey will take their place in the leader's chair.
Please welcome to the ice our next skaters representing Spain. Here are Olivia and Tim.
Now this could be a very special moment indeed. If you haven't seen this program before, you're in for a real treat right now. The music is from the soundtrack of the movie Dune, so keep that in the back of your mind all the time. It goes into The Feeling Begins from Peter Gabriel as well. This is Olivia Smart and Tim Deek from Spain. What a magical moment. Oh my goodness. We are going to be in for some afternoon. Get your handkerchiefs out. Wasn't that just it, from another planet? Olivia Smart, Tim D. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I loved every second of that program. The resistance, the control, the drama. So many people on their feet applauding what they've just seen. Well, these two are up for a couple of ISU awards. And the award ceremony takes place tomorrow. You can watch it live on the ISU skating channel, the ISU YouTube skating channel. It's streaming live at 9 o'clock tomorrow night, 9 o'clock Boston time. Wasn't that a special performance? It's the last time they're going to skate that program.
That was amazing. Material matters, and they respect this free dance they all created together so much, and it's so impactful, and I believe that's why they really took a step up this season. Looking here at their choreo spin, my favorite element in this program is the choreo lift, the second last element in the program. Here, though, we're looking at the synchronized twizzle sequence. Both Olivia and Tim have earned a level 4 for this element. It's so innovative the whole way through. This is it right here. Building so much energy going into it. Not the best angle on your screen to see this lift, but it is just so cool. They've earned today a level 3 and 2 on their midline step, so they would have wanted maybe a little bit more from that.
Right, their season's best score for this program is 122.85, and it's a 123.71. It is a new season's best. Things going in absolutely the right direction for Olivia and Tim. Magnificent stuff. They take the lead. They're into the leader's chair.
Unbelievable growth from this team this season. Congratulations.
Just getting better and better. Problem is they've got to top that for next season, haven't they?
Representing the United States of America, let's welcome now Caroline Green and Michael Carson.
So here we go with the first couple from Team USA. They go into this lying in 7th place. Second time they've competed in the World Championships. This is Caroline Green and Michael Parsons.
Dance me to your beauty with a burning violin. Dance me through the panic till I'm gathered safely in. Lift me like an olive branch and be my homeward dove. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the children who are asking to be born. Dance me through the curtains that our kisses have outworn. Raise a tent of shelter now, though every thread is torn. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to your beauty with a burning violin. Dance me through the panic till I'm gathered safely in. Touch me with your naked hand or touch me with your glove. Dance me to the end of love. Dance me to the end.
Just beautiful. It is amazing, and it always surprises me, and it shouldn't, but it does. But the way the teams are able to interpret the rules and come up with these different concepts, and they are so different, but there's so much technicality integrated into each program, and that's a point that Caroline was making yesterday, that there is so much technical mastery in the art of ice dance, and she feels it's their job to make sure that they perform it and put the layers on top of all that technicality, and I think that was a real illustration of that. It was beautifully done and beautifully performed.
It absolutely was, Chris, and it's a really great example. The contrast in the two programs that we've just seen is sometimes quiet can be so effective too, and silence and pause. And I talked to Jean-Luc Baker a little bit. He choreographed this program, and he said they had a ton of input in the choreography process, and he just wanted to give them an opportunity to be themselves. And they are so amazing as Caroline and Michael, and it seems like maybe they got away from that a little bit last season when they were dealing with injury. Looking here at their synchronized twizzles, both earning level 4 for this element.
It looks like they've found their rhythm this season, doesn't it? They definitely look better.
Yeah, they look like themselves. They look comfortable and confident, and the goal was to be at the World Championships, and they've done that, and I think there's something to be said for the way they did that. We didn't get a chance to see their combo lift. It was one of my favorite parts of this program. Curve lift changing into another curve lift. It was so effective and beautiful on the piece of music.
So they need 123.42 to go into the lead. That is a huge ask for this team, I can tell you. Yeah, 1:14.96. It is a season's best for them, so they've got to be happy with that. Charlie's shaking his head a little bit, trying to work it out, but it's third place for Caroline and Michael. In behind the French, it's still Olivia and Tim out on front.
They do have a deduction for a time violation.
Our next dance team from the United States of America. Here are Christina and Anthony.
So staying with Team USA, this is our final team in the penultimate group, lying in 6th place. They were brilliant in the rhythm dance. Got a season's best score there. Could they do it again in the free dance? We're going to find out. The music's Carmen. The skating from Christina Carrera and Anthony Ponomarenko for the USA. Well, it is a huge piece of music. There's no doubt about that. An iconic piece as far as figure skating is concerned. But they did it justice. They've waited till the right moment to choose it as their free dance. And I think they really have nailed it. Christina Carrera and Anthony Ponomarenko. Fantastic. They were great in the rhythm dance, as I said, and they've done it again here in the free. They really didn't put a foot wrong, did they? They didn't, and they had incredible musicality throughout. They've said that their goal is creating pieces of choreography that reflect the story of Carmen, and so many of these elements that are in their program don't look like elements. A great example of that is the choreo-assisted jumps near the end. That was actually one of my favorite elements until I really looked at their sheet. It appears as though they're just skating and doing choreography. It truly is a piece of art, and Christina embodies Carmen so well. They're getting huge GOEs on most of their elements, on all of their elements. Taking a look here at their 1-foot session, I wish we could see their upper body because I really thought they performed that element, and it is one of the hardest for these teams. Looking here at their curve lift, this too is so good on music, and it's in at a level 4. And that musicality piece where the element enhances the choreography and character is something that the judges are looking for when they're awarding grades of execution. As far as levels go, the levels are pretty good for the 1-foot and for the step sequence. They're getting 3s in each, 4s in the twizzle.
The score is
okay. Now to the nitty-gritty. They need 119.42 to go into the lead. Oh, that's a huge score. 123.37. They have done it again. It is a season's best. They go shooting into the lead, and they have put some pressure on the top teams, that's for sure. There's confirmation of that. Olivia and Tim now down into 2nd place. Evgeniia and Geoffrey in 3rd. There's confirmation of how they stand as we go into the final group now. Situation further down, but that was a sensational result for Christina and Anthony. There's the group ready to come out onto the ice now. The final group, the top 5 after the rhythm dance. And to get us underway, the first team out, Marjorie and Zachary from Canada. They'll be thrilled to be in this final group. Charlene and Marco will follow them, the 3-time European champions and bronze medalists from last year. From Great Britain, could they possibly stay on the podium, or get on the podium, should I say? They go into this lying in 3rd place. Great Britain hasn't had a medal at the World since 1984. Lilah and Lewis Gibson. Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier for Canada will follow them. Silver medalists last year, winners of the 4 continents for the last 2 years. And out in front, trying to make it 3 in a row. They've got nearly 4 points in hand going into this, which is huge in ice dance. Madison and Evan Bates. It could not be more exciting, I can tell you. The pressure off perhaps a little bit for Madison and Evan, but you can never say that in a World Championships. That's confirmation of how they're going to go, and the Italians are going to push the Brits every inch of the way, and Lilah and Lewis have got to be flawless to try and finish with a medal here in Boston. It's been a fantastic dance event so far, and I think it's just getting better, Chris. The energy in the building is picking up, and we've seen some great skates today. Almost everybody really skating to the best of their ability, and it's been a real treat to watch. So here they are, the Canadian team, 5th in the World Championships. They were last year, bronze medalists in the 4 Continents Championships this year. They made it into the Grand Prix final. They've had a really, really solid season. Runners-up in Skate Canada, runners-up in the Cup of China, and finished 4th, really close to the podium in the Grand Prix finals. Absolutely amazing. Marjorie and Zach Lager. And they're trying to take the pressure off themselves. They say the only pressure comes from themselves, and they've got to focus on skating clean here. A team here who've felt they were a little bit tense in the rhythm dance, and I felt that as well. They've got to settle down here. They're looking to redeem themselves if they can. They feel they can. They've got a strong free dance, and they've got to put that together. They've got to be flawless here if they want to finish on the podium. They've been on the podium for the last 2 years at the World Championships. Bronze medalists last year, as I said, silver medalists the year before. But at the moment, just ahead of them, Lilah and Lewis Gibson. They've been close to a medal for the last 2 years, finished in 4th place at the World Championships, but they've had a brilliant season. They won Skate America, they won the Finlandia Trophy, bronze medalists in the Grand Prix finals, and it would be amazing if they could get a medal here. 1984, Torvill and Dean in Ottawa was the last ice dance medal for Great Britain.
And they said they felt like they had the most fun ever in competition yesterday.
Yeah, and I think the program as well. They skated the program the best they've done this season. They said they felt that that was the sort of performance that they've been looking for all season. And there, Piper Gillis, Paul Poirier. It's unbelievable to think how many World Championships this team have got under their belt. This their 11th World Championships together. And what is it? 15th for Paul. Just amazing. They were runners-up in the World Championships last year, bronze medalists the year before, and back in 2021. They've twice won the 4 Continents Championships. They've had a little bit of a topsy-turvy season as far as the Grand Prix is concerned, but let's see if they can put it together here. They were good in the rhythm dance, but they need to be exceptional, and these two were. Madison Chock and Evan Bates were just fantastic. They said yesterday that they felt that the program had evolved as the season's gone on, and I think we'd all agree with that. And Evan made a wonderful comment when they finished skating. He said, "I love skating with Maddie. I think she's the best in the world." And that's a sentiment shared by a lot of people. But a fantastic team, both on and off the ice. And they have, as I said, nearly 4 points in hand. Will they need it? I doubt it. We'll see.
And Evan, actually, we spoke yesterday about how Maddie and Evan are in their 2nd home country World Championships, but Evan actually in his 3rd. He was in the 2009 World Championships in LA.
And member of the International Olympic Committee, Jae-Yul Kim.
So they're the president of the International Skating Union. Oh, Peggy Fleming's here as well. Fantastic. Olympic champion, 1968. It really is a who's who of figure skating. There's everywhere you look, there's somebody. There's a few big names sat down in front of us. There's one big name sat next to me.
Oh my gosh.
It's great. Come on. We got 14 seconds to go. Settle down. It's going to be a lot of fun, this final group. So Marjorie and Zach first to go. Then Charlene and Marco for Italy. The Brits will follow them. Lilah and Lewis Gibson. Piper Gillis, Paul Poirier will be 4th to go. And we'll find out who's going to win gold after Madison Chock and Evan Bates skate. Oh, I'm excited.
Me too.
How do they cope with the pressure? It's just unbelievable.
Please welcome now to the ice our skaters. They are here representing Canada. Let's welcome Marjorie and Zachary.
So first to go in the final group, they're lying in 5th place. Yesterday we had a bit of earth, wind and fire. Today we've got a bit of disturbed. The sound of silence for Marjorie Lajoie and Zachary Lager from Canada. What an unbelievable way to start this final group. The voice of David Draymond, the lead singer of Disturbed, filling the stadium here. And Marjorie and Zach performing so well, hitting every beat. That was, well, spine-tingling at times. The speed with which they skated across the ice and the way they attacked the program, it didn't look as though they got a nerve in their body. And they said yesterday the only pressure comes from themselves, and they have to deal with that. And they wanted to skate a clean program today and do what they've been doing in training. And it looked to me as though they did just that.
And they are incredibly hard on themselves. Zach in particular, I think, and this team has been together, they've been skating together for a long time, and they seem to balance each other out really well. Looking there at the straight line lift, and at a level 4, I loved that as the program went on, the urgency built as well. Here, the Twizzles were amazing. They always are for Marjo and Zach. Marge, I think, might have checked one of the Twizzles. It looks like they're under review, currently in at a level 3, but I thought set to this particular piece of music, it was so perfect. Here, the rotational lift towards the end of the program. And I loved out of this Zach running. I just felt the urgency and the intention building. And they've noted that this song is very meaningful, and it felt like the right time in their career to skate to it. Marjo connects and relates to the lyrics on a personal level, and I think that translates in their skating.
Yeah, it certainly does. But they need a huge score to go into the lead. Their season's best is 123.63. They need 123.12 to lead, 119.16 or more to go into second place.
The Twizzles have gone to a 4, but the step sequence just a 2 and a 3.
Oh, that'd be crucial. They'll want to be leading at the end of this. The job's done. They've just got to sit and wait now. Here we go. Come on, judges. Here we go.
From Canada have earned a free
418.64. It's fourth. That's going to have them in third place, I think, overall. Yeah, just over 200 points, and they are in third place. That's disappointing for them, but good news for the Americans. Christina Carrera and Anthony Ponomarenko still out in front, and Olivia Smart and Tim Deek pull up another place.
And representing Italy, please welcome now Charlene and Marco Fabri.
Well, they need to be right on the money here. It wasn't the game plan to go into the free dance in fourth place, but that's the situation for Charlene Guignard and Marco Fabri. They've been on the podium the last 2 years at the World Championships. They won't let a medal go easily here. Well, it is a fantastic program, there's no doubt about that, and it's something a little bit different from Charlene and Marco. Really showing their versatility there. And you can see what it means, skating the program here. Probably the last time they're going to skate it. They said they were tense yesterday. They didn't look tense today. I thought they were a little bit more into their knees and a little bit more into the ice.
I agree. The technical panel, though, is taking a look at 4 of Charlene and Marco's elements. This program derived from an exhibition program that they had. And as you can notice, they're robots. And at the beginning of the season, they said they tried to move too much like robots, and it didn't really suit the requirements, I think, of the free dance. So it's grown and evolved and changed over time. And I think it works more now than for sure in the original version. The technical panel, though, not awarding them the highest levels in their step sequences right now. The 1 foot still under review, both just at a 3, and the circular step at a 2 and a 3. And as we get down to these final teams, these levels in the steps, as well as the grades of execution that they're getting, is going to make a huge difference. Most of them will get a level 4 on all of their lifts and on their twizzles. It's going to come down to the cleanliness of the turns that they're performing in their free dance. I love this lift. It's their combo lift. Starts with the straight line. The entry into it's really cool. And it is in keeping with the character and the theme of the program. And as we've mentioned, that is something that the judges are looking for, as well as ice coverage and speed and flow. Looking now at their 1 foot step. As I mentioned, the technical panel was taking a look at it. Charlene has been awarded a level 3, Marco just a 2.
These are the areas where they're usually so strong, aren't they?
They really are. Yeah, they're masters of their craft and such technicians, these two. Taking a look at the character step. When they really bring these robot characters to life. And they don't stop performing from beginning to end.
As our leaders. So the score's still moving about all over the place. They need 121.85 to go into the lead. And this program's got them 128.18 before this season. That was in the Lombardia Trophy. I think they're a little worried, sat in the kiss and cry, because they know that if it takes a long time for the marks to come out, it means the technical panel are looking at stuff. And as you pointed out, Kirsten, they certainly were for those elements under review. So, hold your breath. 123.42, they're second on the night, but they will go into the lead with that score, yes.
They are currently in first place.
So behind the Americans on the free dance, but had enough in hand. So Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri leading with 3 to go.
Let's welcome now to the ice our next team representing Great Britain. Here are
Now,
Lilah
what a moment for these two. Could a world medal beckon for Lilah and Lewis Gibson for Great Britain? They go into this lying in 3rd place. Well, they gave it everything they've got. They are so sharp. Those staccato movements all the way through. Brilliant interpretation.
They get the crowd every time.
They do.
Chris, and that is a skill. They are able to lock in their audience every time they skate. With that being said, looking at the technical sheet here, technical panel looking at a number of these elements, and the levels on the steps and the lifts, one of the lifts, not quite as high as Lilah and Lewis would have hoped for today.
Could be on a knife edge.
We know that the technical panel is looking for incredible depth of edge, huge lobes, and very clear entrance and exit edges of all of these turns. They want to make sure that the skaters are on the correct edge. They're not jumping the turn, they're not skidding the turn every time. It takes immense, immense effort and work and skating skill, really. It looks so much easier than it is. Okay, let's take a look at the twizzles. Lilah only getting a 3. Lewis in at a 4. I think it was the first twizzle there for Lilah. And this, their combo lift, looks like it was a little bit uncomfortable getting into the curve lift. It was originally in at a 2. It's been upgraded to a 3. Rotational lift is a 4. That character step, though, that's really where they shine in this program. Near the end of the program, they get everybody on board. Technical panel has taken a look at the 1 foot section. It's in at a level 2 and a level 3.
Okay, here we go.
And all of these add up, as we know, Chris. These are little points that are going to add up to affect the total score that Lilah and Lewis will achieve today.
Okay, so 122.61 or more will have them on the podium. They're as nervous as well, I should imagine. Anxious moments. They've had 125.55 this season. If they can get close to that, they will get a medal here. They could not have tried any harder.
The scores, please. Lilah here and Lewis Gibson from Great Britain.
Yes, they've done it. 123.25. Fourth place, I think it's enough.
Their total score, 200.
Yes, they lead. They do lead.
First place.
They have got a medal at the World Championships, the first medal in the ice dance for Great Britain since 1984 in Ottawa, when James Orwell and Christopher Dean won the gold medal. That is fantastic.
On the ice now, and representing Canada, let's welcome Piper Gillies and Paul Poirier.
They look focused. They need to be perfect here. Lying in second place, the incomparable Piper Gillies and Paul Poirier from Canada.
once again from Canada, Piper Gillies and Paul Poirier.
Well, again, all the way around the stadium, people on their feet, applauding another spellbinding performance from Piper Gillies and Paul Poirier. Never has a whiter shade of pale looked better or sounded better. It was fantastic. Again, we need the Kleenexes out. Just a memorable moment.
It was so amazing, and what I kind of love about this program is they've really left the theme ambiguous, and they want it that way. They say if you pay attention to the lyrics, they mean everything and they don't mean anything at the same time, and they left it open-ended because that's how the song feels to us, and they've left it as a viewer as you can take whatever you need from this program. There's moments at the beginning with such stillness, it's so effective. This may be my favorite element in the program. It's the 1 foot section, and I love how Piper and Paul do it kind of mirrored from one another. They're on opposite edges and opposite feet, and it's so effective. Level 2 for both of them today. Of course, they're always striving for level 4s on everything. Here, a part of their choreo step. I love this little tango bit in the middle of this program. And as the program builds, the music builds and they build as well. Piper and Paul are, again, such masters of their craft and have so much respect for one another and for their art, and they're always bringing something different to the table. I've loved so many things they've done in the past that have a distinct story, but this is so unique and special, and it's grown so well for me through the season.
It really has, yeah. The 4 Continents Championships, they got 131.24. They only need 120, yeah, 130.10. They will
their total score 216.
Lead with 1 to go, that's for sure. And they put the pressure on. Piper Gillies, Paul Poirier in front. Lilah, Theo, Lewis, Gibson in second. We've just got the leaders to go.
Let's welcome to the ice our next competitors. Representing the United States of America, here are Madison and
So
Evan.
the final team in this free dance in these World Championships. They lead, they've got a healthy margin. Close to 4 points in hand going into the free dance. Bidding to make it 3 in a row. This is Madison Chock and Evan Bates. Round midnight.
States of America, Madison Chalk and Evan Bates.
Just fantastic. Well, I'll let the pictures talk for themselves. To be honest, there's nothing I can add to that. It was spellbinding. Well, they had the margin. They didn't need it at the end of the day. They're going to walk away with this, I think. Didn't put a foot wrong. There was speed, sophistication, elegance. They filled the ice. The crowd got behind them. Emotion, and of course that technical precision that they've evolved over the years. And remember, it's been a lot of years as well. They've competed at the World Championships 13 times before. Well, Evan has. It's their 11th World Championships together. And they, for sure, will win gold with that performance.
Yeah, I think they'll remember this forever. Technical panel really isn't taking a look at a lot. They were so clean today. Until this final lift, that's the only thing that let them down in the final moments of this performance. Technical panel awarding this lift a level 2. At the end of the day, I don't know how much that's going to affect them. It's about 1.5 points in base value.
So here we go. They need 126.37 to win the gold medal. Gonna do that easily, I would think. 132.12 is their season's best score. This year they got that in the Grand Prix finals.
The scores, please.
Piper and Paul look on. Could it be gold for the 3rd time in a row? Yes, it could. 131.88 will do it for sure. They win the free dance. They extend their lead. And Madison Chalk and Evan Bates are world champions again. Well, to win the world title once is a magnificent achievement, but to win it 3 times in a row is a monumental achievement. Fantastic stuff. So that's how it finishes up. Madison Chalk and Evan Bates win gold. Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier in 2nd place with a silver medal, as they did last year. And Lilah Fear and Lewis Gibson on the podium for the first time. They've threatened for the last couple of years where they finished in 4th place, but it is a bronze medal for Great Britain, and fantastic that is too. Disappointment for Charlene Guinard and Marco Fabri, finishing in 4th place. A brilliant job by Cristina Carrera and Anthony Ponomarenko to finish in 5th. And the Spanish were outstanding, weren't they? Olivia Smart and Tim Deek, 6th place for them. Just amazing stuff. So you can see they were getting ready for the medal ceremony. And looking around, many people have stayed in the arena to applaud the skaters for their achievements. And that's great to see. It's always great to see when the fans stay and get a shot, when the skaters do their victory lap. People trying to get down from the rafters to get as close to the ice as they possibly can to try and snap a shot. So just looking down there, sorting themselves out in the kiss and cry. Any moment we should be able to go down there and listen to the champions and hear from them. Just fantastic scenes, and Team USA having the time of their lives here at these World Championships. Of course, a gold medal last night for Alyssa Liu, and Ilya Malinin in the lead after the short program in the men. And he could well win another gold for USA this evening. He'd be a brave man to bet against that, that's for sure. So down to the kiss and cry. Let's hear from the winners. Just about ready, I think. Yeah, here we go.
Madison and Evan, you just made history. First Americans to win 3 world titles. What are you feeling right now? Yeah, let them hear it. This is amazing.
I'm absolutely elated. Performing in front of all of you, for all of you, was the greatest joy. Thank you so much.
Coming from Ben Augusto, it's something extra special. Tanathan, Ben, Marilyn, Charlie, the teams, the American teams who paved the way, showed us what it meant to be champions. It means a lot coming from you, and we love all of you guys. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting us. It means the world.
TD Garden, your new ice dance world champions, 3-time world champions, Madison Chock and Evan Bates.
Well, what an achievement that is. Just fantastic. So let's take a chance, let's take a moment just to look back at the highlights of the performances from the top 3, and what a top 3 they are. Stories all over the place, aren't there? So at last, a medal at a World Championships for Great Britain and for Lilah Fear and Lewis Gibson. They said after the rhythm dance, it was the skate of the season. They've been looking to put a performance out like that. They've been waiting for it. So they came into this with renewed confidence, and they were able to do it again. The skate of their life in the free. Piper Gillis and Paul Poirier, just a beautiful program. A whiter shade of pale has never looked better. And they kept their nerve and they put the pressure on the leaders. They couldn't have done more. But at the end of the day, the afternoon belongs to these two. 3 times now, world champions. Just phenomenal and breathtaking for 4 minutes out on the ice here in Boston. Madison Chock and Evan Bates, world champions again. It's what dreams are made of. Well, there we are. The scene set for the victory ceremony.
ISU World Figure Skating Championships 2025 Victory Ceremony Ice Dance. Third and winner of the bronze medal from Great Britain, Lilah and Lewis Gibson.
This is a huge moment, not only for Lilah and Lewis Gibson, but for Team GB. It is fantastic. Of course, the European Championships taking place in Sheffield, England next year. If you haven't got your ticket, I'd do it fast because they're going to go like hotcakes. Winners of the bronze medal, Lilah Lewis Gibson for Great Britain. Well done, guys. They must have thought that this moment would never come. Fourth for the last 2 years.
And winner of the silver medal from Canada, Piper Gillies and Paul Poirier.
But it's the fourth time that they've been on the podium at the World Championships. They've twice been bronze medalists. They were silver medalists last year. And again here, winners of the silver medal. The wonderful Piper Gillies and Paul Poirier from Canada. It's been a bit of a roller coaster ride of a season for them. But as they've got towards the end of the season, things have got better. They won the Four Continents Championships, where they went in as the defending champions. And here, silver medal at Worlds. Not too shabby at all.
First and world champions for 2025 from the United States of America, Madison and Evan Bates.
Well, they kept their nerve and put out two flawless performances here in the TD Garden. So the second gold medal of these World Championships going to Team USA, and the third world title in a row. History being made here for Madison and Evan Bates. All so respectful of each other, and it's always wonderful to see. Great sportsmanship between them.
Please welcome the president of the International Skating Union and member of the International Olympic Committee, Jae-Yul Kim.
And so, to present the medals, Mr. Jae-Yul Kim, the president of the International Skating Union, the governing body of figure skating. Magical moment for Lilah and Lewis. And although they've been there before, it still means so much, those silver medals. For the third time in a row, the gold medals around the neck of Madison and Evan Bates.
Please welcome the president of U.S. Figure Skating, Sam Hochscher.
customary, flowers will be presented to the skaters now. Mr. Samuel Auxerre, the president of US figure skating. A big well done to the USFSA and to the organizing committee here, to the Skating Club of Boston, who have put on such a great show. Attention to detail right the way through this event has been second to none.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So,
if you can, please
to the anthem
stand
for the
national
champions.
anthem of the winner. Ladies and gentlemen, these are your medalists.
Well, there they are, a wonderful picture. The medalists here in the ice dance, the third medals awarded of these World Championships. What a fantastic afternoon that was. And it's amazing how big a part the crowd played in making the afternoon special. And I'm sure that's going to be this same situation this evening. Don't forget, we've got one more event to go. And that, of course, is the men's free. And could America win 3 out of the 4 medals here in Boston? You'd be a brave man to bet against it. Ilya Malinin going for gold in the men's free at 6 o'clock this evening. He's got Yuma Kagiyama behind him, who was in tip-top form in practice this morning, I can tell you. Mikhail Shidorov in 3rd place. He was in fine fettle too. And you can't rule out Kevin Amos. He was sensational in the short program. So there's all that to look forward to later on as our ice dance teams get their flags and do their lap of honor, as is customary after the medal ceremony, and a chance for all the fans, and I can see all around they've come down to ringside to try and get a shot. So there they are. That's the scene here in the TD Garden. Well, it's time for us to take our leave for this afternoon, but we'll be back just before 6 o'clock in just under an hour for the men's free. Hope you can join me and Kirsten for that. But for now, from myself, Chris Howarth, goodbye.